And there's a new push to get us to buckle up, the place you may not think about putting your seatbelt on, and how one group is trying to change your mind.
Good evening. She lived through World War II in Amsterdam and raised children on her own after moving to America. But Connie Wilson doesn't let the hard times keep her down. Tonight, the Now's Danielle Kernkamp introduces us to one woman who spreads human kindness through her crochet projects.
So many things have happened in my life, good things and bad things.
Connie Wilson was 17 years old when World War II broke out. She lived with her family in Amsterdam and at one point even came face to face with several Nazis. They were looking for her brother, who was part of the resistance. Her family told them he was out of town when really he was in the home with them. That's just one of the instances that shaped her into the strong woman she is today.
It wasn't something pretty, but it made me strong. I wasn't afraid.
That mindset came in handy quite often throughout her life. After moving to America, Connie had to stay strong through the death of her husband in the mid-1970s, becoming a single mom to her teenage daughter. And only 10 years ago, she lost everything in an apartment fire. That's when Connie moved into Brookdale Senior Living Homes, now known as Magnolia Place Assisted Living. Her daughter, Marta, recommended finding ways to stay busy.
I was always very busy, drawing or in the fashion business.
She began to crochet.
That's the most important thing I'm doing.
She started making blankets and working on them every single day. 6 years ago, she lost Marta, her only child, in a car crash.
I always had to be busy, but not with the purpose I have now. First, I did it for myself. Now it is, I want to keep a memory alive.
Now, each blanket has meaning.
And it says, lovingly knitted in memory of Marty Garrett. And that is my purpose in life.
Every blanket gets donated to the Jameson Children's Center, a 24-hour emergency shelter and protective custody facility for local kids.
It makes me happy, although I'm almost in tears. It makes me happy to feel that I make someone happy. And that does me good, because when you get older, life isn't always that easy.
And each blanket is unique.
They know you can ask them too. I never have made two the same.
Connie also crochets outfits for Barbies that get donated to the center. And just like the blankets,
I never make two the same either.
I'm Danielle Kernkamp, 23 ABC, connecting you.
Wilson says she spends several hours every day crocheting, and it takes her about 2 weeks to finish each blanket. She also says she's 96 years young and has no plans of stopping anytime soon. And we, of course, love highlighting these human kindness stories. So if you know of a story in our community that's had a positive impact on you or someone you know, click on the Hello Human Kindness link to submit your story idea. The California Highway Patrol is offering a free class to local seniors to help them stay safe while behind the wheel. It's all part of their Age Well, Drive Smart program. This morning, officers held their first smart class of the year. At the class, officers talked about topics like age-related car adjustments, distracted driving, and refreshing them on the rules of the road. They also discussed when it's best to limit driving or hang up the keys altogether.
We know that seniors, when they're involved in crashes, they're more vulnerable than a young person as far as the susceptibility to injury and severe injury. And so we cover crash avoidance as well. We want to tune up their driving skills and just also teach them the other aspect of it as to if they are to hang up the keys, is there an alternative?
If you or someone you know is interested in attending one of these classes, officials say they will be held periodically throughout the rest of the year. A local woman retired from the Bakersfield Police Department after serving for 18 years. But now she's fighting an aggressive form of cancer and is looking for the community to come together and donate blood. Cindy Comstock London is currently undergoing treatment for leukemia, and Houchin Blood Bank is holding a drive in her honor. The blood drive is going on from now until Saturday, and donations are being accepted at both of their locations in Southwest Bakersfield. Houchin is open until 6 p.m. on weekdays, except Thursday, when they're open until 7. Again, the blood drive is being held until this Saturday. Well, get out your yoga mats and your stretchy pants. A new yoga space will be opening soon for you to center your mind and your body and get your six on. Yoga 6, which is known for their community-based classes, which focus on strengthening your body and your mind, will be opening up soon on Ming Avenue at the Marketplace in Southwest Bakersfield. Yoga 6 offers classes for beginners and pros alike, offering hot yoga, power classes, slow flow, and more. To celebrate their opening, the studio is offering deals for people to sign up for before they open their doors. We have more details on our website right now, turn23.com.
Let's get to the Now newsfeed. Walmart's being accused of selling questionable alternative remedies. A nonprofit is suing Walmart, saying the store gives customers a misleading impression of what their homeopathic drugs do, which are drugs that come from minerals and plants and aren't regulated like traditional medicine. McDonald's under fire for its handling of sexual harassment cases. The ACLU and Time's Up Legal Defense filed almost 24 complaints against McDonald's. The company says it is working to improve policies and training to better handle cases. New numbers show that fewer children are dealing with high cholesterol. The study in the Journal of the American Medical Association says that children are eating healthier overall. And while that is good news, the bad news is obesity rates are still high. Some fast food chains are about to offer new perks to attract employees. Paychecks on the same day that they worked. But is that really a good idea? Annie Taylor taking a look at the pros and the cons.
Chris, starting in June, Church's Chicken, Pizza Hut, and Checkers will offer same-day paychecks. Taco Bell already offers the same deal. So how does this work? Well, only some locations will offer this new perk. Again, Church's, Pizza Hut, and Checkers will offer half of that day's pay up front. At Taco Bell, workers need to pay a $4 fee first. The intentions here are good. Ideally, workers would get that money in advance so that they can pay important bills. Money experts say the perk will definitely help out people with a low income, but it's important to still keep the same mindset as you would with a regular pay schedule.
The ability to get some money in hand now is going to be a huge help. Of course, you still have to do some budgeting because now that paycheck you get at the end of the pay period is only going to be half of what it otherwise would have been.
So most Taco Bell workers who have taken advantage of same-day pay have spent the money on things like transportation, groceries, and unexpected bills.
All right, Annie, thank you. And next on our lineup, charcoal toothpaste. That's really popular right now. You may see it at the store. It claims to whiten and strengthen your teeth, but we're getting answers whether that's true. Just more than a year ago, students at Santa Fe High School dealt with the unimaginable tragedy of 23 people shot and 10 people killed. Chris Welch is in Santa Fe, Texas today, bringing us the story of two women who decided to bring about change in a way only they knew how.
It was a Friday morning at Santa Fe High School.
I was in my English class and the fire alarm went off. So I walk out and my history teacher is yelling at me to run.
Senior Annabelle O'Day ran across a busy highway where she found her school counselor.
And I said, "What's happening?" And she said, "There were shots, Annabelle, there's a gun."
She and three friends made it home and watched as it played out on the news. But it wasn't long before the group had an idea.
So me and my friends, we started a nonprofit focused on a movement of love and kindness and promoting mental health because we wanted to start something that will help with the situation that both sides, left or right, can get behind.
They started Hearts United for Kindness, a nonprofit focused on, yes, kindness, which she says could be the key to preventing tragedies like this.
I believe that it comes from that hate. That's why you're getting these events happening. And so we just want to be able to make sure that people have an outlet so that they can learn to control their emotions.
This property was very overgrown, underutilized.
2001 Santa Fe graduate Mandy Jordan is doing something similar, creating a healing garden.
For me personally, nature is a great healing mechanism.
While neither woman says they disagree with the gun control movement sparked by Parkland students, they said that wasn't what Santa Fe needed, at least not right now.
Personally, I don't think you can even think of any of those other things until you've healed.
And so we just want to make sure that people feel like it's okay for them to go get help.
Reporting in Santa Fe, Texas, I'm Chris Welch.
All right, Chris, thank you. Car seats are not a substitute for a crib when it comes to a sleeping baby. There's a new study in the Journal of Pediatrics that looked at infants who died in a sitting device like a seat or a stroller. More than 2/3 of them happened while their babies were in car seats. Experts say that those seats are important for safety while you're driving, but at home they can flip over or fall off a surface. People often leave their babies in the seats and bring them inside the house if they fall asleep in the car, but the American Academy of Pediatrics says that the best way for a baby to sleep is on its back on a flat surface. Researchers at Mount Sinai say CBD could treat opioid addiction. Patients with a heroin addiction were prescribed CBD meds. Researchers found that patients had fewer cravings for heroin and they were also less anxious. Now, patients were given Epidiolex, which is already approved by the FDA and meant to reduce seizures.
Little Caesars is expanding their menu, offering up some more healthy fare that's vegetarian friendly. The nationwide pizza chain is trying out their hands at the impossible. Quite literally, Little Caesars is introducing the Impossible Supreme Pizza, which is topped off with meatless sausage that's made by Impossible Foods. You may recognize the Impossible name because they're also providing meatless, plant-based burger patties to Burger King. BK will be rolling out the Impossible Whopper nationwide later this year. Little Caesars, however, is starting small, introducing the Meatless Sausage Supreme in Florida, New Mexico, and Washington. If it's a success, then they will roll it out to more stores. All right, let's take a live look at downtown Bakersfield. We've been seeing the roof camera kind of shake. It's not an earthquake, right, Allison? Just wind.
No. It's just the wind from our next winter storm that is moving into the county. And that's the first thing I want to talk about because the storm hasn't quite made it here, but we are seeing some of those effects just like those strong winds and chilly temperatures. 66 degrees right now here in Bakersfield. But look at this. 22-mile-per-hour winds, and we're seeing 14-mile-per-hour winds up in Delano. So the valley is going to be the first place that storm is going to hit. That's why we are seeing some strong winds here, but that is slowly going to be making its way across the county. 21-mile-per-hour winds in Tehachapi and 36 in Jawbone Canyon. So this storm does bring up a wind advisory impacting our mountain and desert communities. Gusts could be ranging anywhere from 50 up to 60 miles per hour, and that will be in effect until midnight tonight. But this system has been making its way onshore, and we saw that a little bit last night, but is slowly making its way down central California as we head into the overnight hours, already tracking some isolated thunderstorms up near Fresno. But if we take a look a little bit closer to Bakersfield, not much happening as of right now. You can see some very spotty showers that are hanging out in the northern portion of the valley, and that's slowly going to be pushing down toward Bakersfield and into our mountain cities as we head into the overnight hours. That's going to be the best chance for rain, actually early morning tomorrow, and that's when we are going to be seeing the coldest air from the system. So any of that rain could actually be falling into snow showers by the early morning hours tomorrow, especially down near Pine Mountain Club, Tehachapi, and Lake Isabella. That is going to be falling above 5,500 feet, and the National Weather Service is saying some of those areas could be seeing anywhere from an inch up to 2 inches of snow. But thankfully, as this system continues to make its way onshore, that means we are going to have another day of good air quality, because fresh air is going to be the story as we head into the rest of the work week. So still cool temperatures tomorrow with those lingering showers in the morning, and then that system is going to be hanging out across the region, so that does bring the chance for some wraparound moisture by Thursday. Best chance is going to be in the mountains, and then we are slowly warming up as we head into your Friday, up to 80 degrees just briefly before yet another system will be pushing into the county for your Memorial Day weekend. Chris?
Well, let's start the news feed. Another deadly plane crash in Alaska, and this is the second time in a week that Taquan Air float plane has been involved. 2 people were killed yesterday when the plane went down. 6 people died in a crash when 2 planes collided last week. Now, another horse is dead at a California racetrack. The number of horses who have died at Santa Anita Park this season is 25. This time a horse broke its pelvis in a race, something that the wet weather has led to more horses getting injured on the track and then dying. Well, another sad example of the impact that pollution is having on the ocean and marine life, because Italian scientists say that a whale was found with a pile of plastic in its stomach. The whale was found dead on a beach in Sicily, and much of the garbage that was plastic in its stomach, plastic bags. Well, activated charcoal is in a lot of products these days, including toothpaste. Now, the big questions: is it worth it, and do you actually benefit from it? Annie Taylor is telling us what dentists have to say about this all-natural toothpaste.
Hello, charcoal powder. Activated charcoal.
It's 100% vegan, and you can use it every single day from home to keep your teeth free of stains and really nice and shiny and bright.
From bloggers to YouTubers to social media influencers, activated charcoal toothpaste is the latest all-natural teeth whitening trend.
Charcoal toothpaste is charcoal. So charcoal is burned wood.
Dr. Noah Ariola Triella says using activated charcoal to whiten your teeth can potentially do more harm than good.
All these charcoal products that people are using aren't regulated and haven't been tested for how hard they are. They might actually be scratching your teeth to the point of damage.
Despite concerns from some dentists, the product has gone mainstream. That's because more people are switching to all-natural products to get results. But Dr. Ariola Triella says the toothpaste we've grown up with are natural.
Fluoride is natural. The way we learned about fluoride is it naturally occurs in our water.
And if you're still thinking about using the charcoal toothpaste, Dr. Ariola Triella has this warning.
Some studies are finding that particles impregnate in your gums and may not be removable without surgical intervention. So your teeth might end up white, but your gums might end up blue-gray.
At the end of the day, charcoal toothpaste might whiten your teeth, but do dentists recommend it for your overall oral health? The answer to that is no. So you're really going to have to just brush at your own risk. I'm Annie Taylor reporting.
All right, Annie, thank you. Credit card skimmers at gas pumps, they continue to be just a huge problem. One defense against them, it's not as effective as we thought. Now, police have suggested that you turn on your phone's Bluetooth to detect skimmers nearby. It'll show up on your phone is what the hope would be. Now, the National Association of Convenience Stores, though, says don't rely on that, because not all skimmers run on Bluetooth technology, and some also only send Bluetooth signals at certain times. Still, with that said, it doesn't hurt to turn your Bluetooth on just in case. Nike and Adidas are now getting involved in the politics of the new tariffs. The shoe brands urging President Trump to reconsider tariffs on shoes made in China. More than 170 other companies signed an open letter to the president. They added that families in the U.S. would end up paying up to a 100% duty on shoes. Store owners in the U.S. are also worried about the rising costs.
Hopefully our vendors can adjust accordingly. I don't know if it's possible for them to switch production to countries that, won't have these tariffs.
Now, right now, the only thing shoe store owners can suggest is for shoppers to buy American, but prices will still be somewhat high due to increased labor costs. The U.S. Postal Service is testing out self-driving trucks, these big 18-wheelers driving between Phoenix and Dallas. Now, there is a safety driver who sits behind the wheel and is supposed to take over if there's an emergency, and also an engineer will ride in the passenger seat. The trucks will go on 45-hour round trips. All right, finally in our lineup, there is a new push to get us to change our habits when it comes to buckling up. The place where you may not think about putting your seatbelt on, and how one group is trying to change your mind.
That point, and then you saw the video that you just showed a minute ago. Here comes another head-on collision. Very, very, very close there. I mean, he is just not stopping. He or she is not stopping at any of these red lights. And again, once they go into oncoming lanes of traffic, you have the high risk of a head-on collision.